not at the border at all in the temple. Maybe they'll let us go there, but there are a lot of...
CP squared has 51 minus degrees of freedom. Make me...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book. And this waitress comes up.
Did you seriously think you could somehow change the world from here?
Yeah, sort of at first.
And? How do you feel about it now?
I'm not blazing with satisfaction or anything. But the truth is, it all ended for me the instant I shared my memories with you. At that point, my work was done. I figured you'd probably be able to run with it from there.
You're a hell of a liar, kid. I clearly recall you didn't want me involved.
I'm sorry, but the minute you share and synchronize all your information, you lose your uniqueness and become absorbed into the unconscious maliciousness of a third party that has no motive. Or perhaps into the will of someone who does have one.
Are those your words based on what you've gained from hard-earned experience?
Yes, and the fact is, you yourself play the role of a laughing man copycat as well.
Well, I have to admit it was a fascinating phenomenon. At any rate, what was your underlying reason for triggering such a huge event in the first place?
To you, everything that's happening in the world appears phony to be something other than what it is, right?
Is that TV sound, Jeff?
Yes. When it comes to cyberization, I'm pretty much the shining example of a poster boy. So you think at the very least I would have felt terrified at the thought of contracting cyberbrain's chlorosis. I'll tell you, it was a simple piece of mail I stumbled across the net that began this whole thing. What I found was a blackmail document that had probably been sent to Serrano Genomics. It was armed with a thesis that was a comparative study of the inadequacy of Serrano micromachines versus the effectiveness of the Corona vaccine.
Then the original lagging man was the person who authored it.
You could put it like that, I suppose. I am the machine that reveals the world to you as only I alone am able to see it.
See Berto? He was a Russian filmmaker, wasn't he?
Yes. I was kidding myself by thinking it was my personal mission to prove and circulate that information, vital data I alone could happen upon.
Failing spectacularly, the pure innocent mediator grew dejected at the base nature of the social system and he turned abused.
Yes, it was because of that I became a vanishing mediator. Just like an author whose existence is emphasized with the fact that he rarely puts out any new works for publication. In other words, by disappearing, the access of the dynamism of the social system, our sociological theory, it ultimately vanishes, leaving no trace of its presence inside or outside the system.
Frederick Jameson, I believe.
Yes, and no. Masachi Osawa, too. Even though I was familiar with the words, I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. Who knew that copies could still be produced despite the absence of an original? If you had to give a name to this phenomenon, what would you label it?
It would be standalone complex.
Yes, it's the standalone complex. From the start, the very nature of our current social system has contained mechanisms to trigger such an amazing occurrence. Personally, however, I feel this marks the beginning of a new era of despair. What's your opinion?
I don't know. It's impossible for me to say. Although I have found one thing capable of restoring your individuality after all your information has been synchronized.
Oh, really? And what's that?
Everyday human curiosity.
You're right. You know, that's something that never occurred to me. I think my brain has already started to harden.
Grin, grin, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
You dumbass!
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard! Action Bastard, I need you! Action Bastard, I need you! Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, beings of all kinds, species of all kinds, anything that is watching this goddamn stream, welcome to another Crackpot Conspiracies. And today we're delving down more rabbit holes. So we're going to be going over a couple of things that we not exactly have gone over, but some things that we have. Subjects are not the same content, obviously. So let's start getting into the meat and potatoes of it. And let's bring in our co-host, and that's everybody's favorite.
Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Yes, I guess.
Hello. Oh, I saw someone in the side chat.
I was guessing it was because Wolfie is here.
Yes, there's a little Wolfie there.
That's kind of what I figured. And so, because Dog's already here and we're ready to play this for them anyways. But anyway, if there's anybody who wants to join us as a guest, the link is in the Dissim Accords. In the general chat or whatever the fuck I'd call it. I don't even remember anymore what it's called. Cyborg Talk?
Cyborg Talk. Yeah, you
Talk.
Dumbass.
Yes, I know. And so anyways, let's crack on and bring in our next guest. And hopefully we have a couple more people joining us. Mama is exhausted today, so she will not be joining us. So hopefully High-End doing their stream right now covering Rev Live. Hopefully people come over here after that. So we'll see. But let's bring in our next guest, and that is Hello. How's it?
Very good, mate. Very good.
Awesome.
It's my local town's yearly blues festival. So,
what the fuck you doing inside?
Well, I don't want to let you guys down, do I? No, I'm bluesed out today. And the weather is rubbish anyway.
Okay.
You're kind of getting the blues.
Didn't you say you went to it a couple days ago or a day ago or something, or did you go to it earlier today?
I went today. I went yesterday. I'll be going
That's what you were saying.
tomorrow. And Saturday, I'm going to try and use public transport for the first time, all wheelchaired up, so I can actually have a good drink instead of driving there. I mean, it's only 3 mile away, but
Sure,
yeah, I'm not feeling it.
might as well try it and see. Hopefully, it's way more convenient for you because that would be a nice thing for you to be able to do instead of the other. Yes, I'm glad you're having fun going to those things. I love jazz and blues. When I was younger, I did not respect it as much, but after going through music theory and playing music and producing, now I really do like a lot of it because they add in extra thingies of the mabobbers and they go up and down the scales way more than like industrial or goth and or like metal. Even though there is like synthphonic metal, but I usually don't listen to that as much. So anyways, let's say hello to the side of my chats, and we have a Canadian Ollyman.
Woohoo!
We have a stupidity. And we are there now. We finally got there.
Yeah.
And we totally understand being goofy from lack of sleep. It's okay.
Why do you need lack of sleep to be goofy? Just be fucking goofy. That's the best way to go through life. Hell yeah.
And then we have emos, dominant
Chihuahua.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Sometimes my brain wants to say Cthulhu, and I'm like,
it's kind of cute. A Chihuahua pretending to be a dog.
Yeah, I know it is cute. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And then
I'm not going to sniff your butt, Chihuahua. Don't worry.
And then chinchilla is the other word. When I read those 3 words, I have to like sit for a second and reread them because
those are words.
Chihuahua, chinchilla, and Cthulhu.
Yeah, those are words that not immediately make sense when you see them.
Yeah, and it's because of all 3 of them being spelled very weird. For any language, I think. That's what makes me have to stop for a second and be like, which of the thingies is it?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody say hello to the demon orbs.
Or babe.
We got an owl.
There's a trucker.
Yes. And misinformation agents. Welcome.
Hello, agent.
And we have a littles of the wolfies. And to the best of my knowledge, unless I got this wrong, I will be meeting them on Saturday at Flat Earth Pizza. So let me know if that is or isn't a thingy mabobber, because the last I heard, we were going to be meeting. And I'm really, really stoked if we are. And if not, we will meet eventually, totally, for sure. So are those new ear hangers? I've been wearing these off and on. So you might not have just noticed them, but they're not new, but I don't always wear them, but I have been wearing them. So let's bring in we have somebody new. Oh, let's say hello to West Side Girls right quick.
West Side.
East Side is the best.
I'm West Side. I grew up in California, so I'm totally a West Side person. I'm
from the east of the big water and from the east of the Netherlands. So I could be more east if I was Eastern European or Middle Eastern, but
oh no, that was just Ali G. That was just my Ali G impression.
Okay, all right. Let's bring in our next guest, and I don't have an intro-y thingy. Well, we can. Let me just play something. I don't know if this is gonna work for you, but sure. Let's just do this.
Alrighty then.
And how are you doing?
Works for me. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. I have a lot of fun for us to go over today, so it's going to be silly, for sure.
Can I ask you what is a flat earth pizza you said before?
Oh, there is a pizza place that's called Flat Earth Pizza, and they have 2 locations. So we're going to be meeting in the Nevada one. So all 12 of us are going to go to the pizza place, and it's actually called Flat Earth Pizza. So we're going to do a bunch of content there. We're going to have a bunch of fun, and we're going to hopefully find a flat earther that hangs out there. I'm pretty sure we're not, but I would love to find another flat earther out in public and have fun.
I believe Mom said that the other place had like the owner of the other place was a flat earther.
Yeah, so one of the owners,
they're at the other location.
Yeah, one of the owners. So one of the owners out of 3 is one, but he only works at the Oceanside one, not the Nevada one. And I think there's 3 locations, but I could be wrong. But yes, and you know what would be amazing?
You can Google that.
You know what would be amazing is for some reason he was there, like I just by chance he was there visiting or like checking in on the place or something. It would be fucking amazing to meet him. And if I meet one there, I'm gonna pretend like I'm a flat earther for a hot second. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally gonna let them dig their own grave to some extent and get the content, and then we'll let Mama bust the bubble, because having her rebut them would be what?
It's not like a joke or dunking about flat Earth. Like the owner believes in flat Earth.
One of the owners does, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
But I cannot imagine like if there's 3 of you and you're starting a business and one of them is a flat earther. I could not work with a flat earther.
Well, okay. No. Some people that are not gung-ho about it, and they don't always talk about it. Okay, so as long as
that's true, but I'd be trying to convince them all the fucking time.
Sure, I kind of get that. So, and I understand, Wolfie. So next time or in the near future, especially when I go on tour, I'm gonna try to meet a bunch of y'all when I go on tour, because I want to try to come through everybody's town. So we'll talk about that later. Yeah, I wouldn't start a business with a flare. If you're right. I mean, I kind of see that, unless they had all the money. If they were the investor, fuck it. If you're gonna throw $250,000 at me to start a business, I'm fucking down, right? I mean, so we'll see. And on Saturday, if anybody is near Nevada in the Americas, hit us up on the Distant McCords and we'll tell you where we are and when. We made a reservation already to be there, because there's going to be a crap ton of us there. So it's going to be a lot of fun to do some content there. Hopefully we'll do a live stream. We'll make some shorts. We'll make a bunch of content. I'll be most likely sticking a knife inside my skull or doing some kind of sideshow acts at it. But let's begin cracking on with the crack of the people that are smoking the stuff that is happening that we're going to listen to. Because literally everybody here seems like a crack smoker. So let's start. I'm going to start with this because it's hella fucking short. And then we'll get to more serious type-esque stuff. But let's start with Cat Kerr.
Oh.
Yeah. With Cat Kerr. And if you don't know who this lady is, she is the pink-haired lady. And just listen to how crazy she is. This recently just came out. This is not 2-3 years old. She literally just came out with this video like a couple weeks ago.
They've thrown them in the river, the ballots in the river. They've burned ballots. They've hidden ballots. They even shot down a Black Hawk helicopter. Isn't this strange? Bringing them from the military that was overseas. They were carrying the ballots, and that helicopter was shot down. So that they could.
Why would they do that? They don't.
They're even now finding them.
None of it makes any sense. Anything she says is fucking crazy because she's fucking insane.
A helicopter getting shut down. Like, yeah, no, that's not gonna make the news.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, just and then listen to this.
In lockers and finding them in chests. They're finding them in all kinds of different places buried. They're still finding ballots, like uncovering hundreds of thousands, not just you, but
hundreds of thousands of ballots they're still uncovering to this day that somehow were hidden for no reason. It doesn't make any sense because all of the ballots were accounted for. Hey, lady, wake up. Welcome.
Hello, lady, wake up.
Hopefully you enjoy all of our stuffs and things. I believe you're new to the channel, so
Yeah.
welcome. We are very silly here, so I hope you're ready for the stupidity. It's like idiocracy on this channel, so I hope you're up for that.
Sometimes we're a bit, yeah. When we do game streams, we might be a little offensive.
Yes, this pretty.
It's basically modern day idiots.
Yes,
recounted by modern day idiots.
This pretty much gives you an idea of what this channel is about.
Pickles.
Exactly. And yes, we're vulgar. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to like
that's the correct word. Thankfully.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, sometimes, and we are different, but tons of fun. Exactly. So welcome. The longer that you stay and the more that you hang out, eventually you will become blue. If you don't know where to go to, putting on the Ritz.
It's like choking sex. If you do it long enough, you'll turn blue.
But you get something positive out of it at the end, right? Anyways, oh my Jesus Christ, we fucking pulled that order. So now you know what you get into.
Sorry, but I love making that one. I came up with that a while back. Fucking love it.
That is pretty
I
good.
hope you're proud of yourself.
He totally is.
Just a tiny bit.
Let's crack on with the rest of this idiocracy.
The thousands of ballots for the 2020 election, all voting for Trump, of course. They are uncovering all them. They have so much evidence right now.
But where's the evidence? Why is it not being shown? How do you know about this, you weird twat?
Yeah. And as I've said before in the past, and will always say, it is going to be proven that he won.
We're waiting. We've been waiting. Again, this was not done 2-3 years ago, right after the fucking election. She literally said this 4 weeks ago. She's saying we're still on June 13th. Well, at least Right Wing Watch, and they usually do it the day after that somebody does something. So literally 4 weeks ago, she literally is saying this again, and it's like proof. How long does it take for y'all to give us?
If they had that much proof, like it would have come out by now, and like
that's what I'm saying.
Hasn't there been like 60 something court cases that?
Yeah, there's like 60.
Any evidence.
I believe if anything was proven, if anything was proven, it's that if there was tampering, it was the Republicans that did it.
Yeah, every time they find somebody who voted twice or voted on their dead grandpas or grandmas or aunt and uncles thingy-mabobber, it came out that they were a MAGA. I'm not going to say Republican because that's not fair to say Republican. It's the extremists that are having problems. It's MAGA that's doing it.
Yeah, that was a poll for
probably
on my
yeah.
side.
But Slim, are we also going over the conspiracy that the U.S. president may assassinate its opponent? Oh,
that's
wait,
not a conspiracy.
That's legal now. Sorry.
That's too.
Sorry, but like making a dictatorship legal like that that's weird.
But you know what's even?
Then again,
what's even funny?
The thing that happened, like I don't get it because Biden is still president at that point. Hello, Jess.
Hey, Jess. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was going to say. But thank you.
Like the Biden could have said, like, okay, cool, you're all out.
Well, literally, what he could have said, and I'm going to say this as delicately as possible while still being very, very Once that happened, literally Biden could have said, "Nuke Trump," right? Go sniper.
Because
I
it was the
mean,
Supreme Court that did it, right?
Yeah.
You could take everybody out of there that disagree with him and put new people in.
Yeah, they did it before
Trump
Biden got
could do
in.
that now because these Supreme Court have basically handed in their power, haven't they, to the president?
Yeah.
If he's got absolute immunity, absolute power, then the Supreme Court have nothing. Then Biden should go in and say, "Well, you made this rule," and
so you're allowed. If you're not out, I'm sicking the military on you.
Why would you call yourself supreme if you just gave up all your powers? Anyways, let's crack on with this because let's get into instead of delving into that because that's what we did the last couple days.
They probably want to be more like their God. Say that they're supreme, but don't have any power at all.
Well, it's like an idiocracy. Burrito Supreme. What was his name? The ruler. Anyways, let's crack on with this.
Oh, that was played by Terry Crews, wasn't it? The president was
Ted Cruz, sure.
Terry Crews.
Yeah. President Camacho.
Located.
Camacho.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That's what I was. Yeah, thank you.
In Israel, British explorer Sir Charles Warren came across an ancient rectangular temple, which is the highest temple in the ancient world,
supreme.
coming in at 9,232 feet above sea level. In the temple, he found a limestone stele, which may be the only extra biblical and pagan memorial stone dedicated to the
citation needed again. But anyways, let's keep cracking on.
Fallen angels, called the Watchers, which according to the book of Enoch, made an oath with one another and teach mankind.
I want everybody to just put this inside of their head before we get there. They talk about the highest point of the highest point of the highest point. It's really weird about how they say that it's the highest point of something. And I don't know 100% why. Like, does that mean they're closer to the gods or something? It's really weird how they keep pointing this out. But let's crack on.
The forbidden secrets of heaven. This is the story of Charles Warren and the lost temple of Mount Hermon. Welcome to Tales from the Den.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let me get past their intro. Here we go. So, just going back a second. First chapter, the facts and the history of the mountain. So, we're going to go over barely this, and then we're going to go to chapter 2 very, very fucking fast because we want to get into the conspiracy theory and not just them talking about the history of this mountain.
Mount Hermon is a mountain range located in Israel. Its summit straddles the border between Syria and Lebanon, and at 2,814 meters above sea level. It is the highest point in Syria.
So they say the highest point in Syria this one time. Let's just see how many times. Guess, everybody in the side chat, guess how many times they're going to say this is the highest point of blah throughout this whole video. I kind of already gave it away. There's going to be more than 3. But just guess how many times. And we may skip over 1 or 2. But everybody in the side chat, just fucking guess how many times they say the highest point of blah.
The top in the United Nations buffer zone between Syrian and Israeli occupied territories is the highest permanently manned UN position built.
So now it's the highest UN manned territory
in the world, known as the Hermon Hotel.
In the world.
Located at the summit, the southern slopes of Mount Hermon extend to the Israeli-occupied portion of the Golan Heights, where there is currently a ski resort. It is located with a top elevation of 2,000.
If it's so sacred, why did you let them build a ski resort next to it? If this is the thing holding in fallen angels or all the other weird crap that we're going to hear, why did you let people be so near it? That doesn't make any sense, right? You would totally be like,
And the only reason the angels fall from the skies is because Brainless constantly masturbates.
Yeah, it's all Brainless.
Yeah.
And remember,
I gotta go kill some angels again later.
And remember, if Brainless masturbates while ringing a bell, he's giving angels their wings and then taking them away just immediately.
No, like if they don't have wings, they're standing down. That's not fun. If they're flying around, like then they get their wings. Oh
And then
wow!
you
I got my
take it
wings. They go
away.
fly around.
Yeah.
Then I masturbate. Then they fall. Like them. That
Yeah, I
hit.
know.
Then they hit harder.
I know. No, I know. I know.
And you'll
I've been
kill
there.
her.
I've been there. I watched it. I know. I know. Been there, done that. I got
Yeah,
the T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I know you watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of would suck if at the end of the ski run crosses the border. You're just like, nope, and now I'm in another fucking country. But yeah, yes, and 13 times, totally. That's exactly the right number. 13 times when they claim that this is the highest. Like I said, they don't always say it's the highest of Syria. They don't always say it's the highest point of the UN territory thingy, whatever they said earlier. Just listen to how many times they say it's the highest of something. It's really trippy.
And 40 meters. A peak in this area, rising to 2,236 meters, is the highest elevation in Israeli-controlled territory.
See, again, why are we talking about... They're so obsessed with this height thing.
The mountain forms one of the greatest geographic resources of the area. Because of its height, it captures a great...
Spiritually, the highest.
Well, that's what they're trying to get at, and that's why they're trying to say that the fallen angels or angels are up there and blah 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 and blah 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 blah. And that's why I know why they're trying to keep pushing that narrative. But it's just it's very obvious.
I think
it's very.
I think they just push the height because it's divided between 3 countries. So each height max in a certain country. So he will say 1 in Israel, 1 in Syria, 1 in Lebanon, at least.
Oh, I get you. I see what you're getting at there. Okay, that makes sense too. That works. And yes, I'm pretty high right now. But yes, let's crack on. Little Wolf says 33 times. Yes, we're going with all the sacred numbers, or unlucky, or sacred, or. But anyways, let's crack on.
Great deal of precipitation in a very dry area of the world. Mount Hermon has a seasonal winter and spring snowfalls, which cover all 3 of its peaks for most of the year. As water melts from the snow-covered mountains, the western and southern bases seeps into the rock channels and pours the melting snow, feeding the springs at the bottom of the mountain, which form
because that's how mountains work. Never mind, sorry.
Streams and rivers. These merge to become the Jordan River.
Okay, so literally now they're just going to keep saying silly things. And I know there's probably going to be 3 more times that we're not going over right now that they talk about the height of something inside of something for something reason with height. But let's get to chapter 2, which is the life of the Sir Charles Warren and his discovery of the temple. It's pretty dry for 69. You're that's right. That's pretty dry for
between 1867 and 1870. Lieutenant
and
make
Thymes
her,
works.
Make her wet.
And Thymes works, brainless. 69 Thymes.
Charles Warren carried out the explorations in Palestine, which formed the basis for our knowledge of the topography of ancient Jerusalem and the archaeology.
Look at those fucking burly ass men, dude. Jesus Christ. You wouldn't want to meet any of them in a back alley.
Of the Temple Mount. This first major expedition of the fund, in addition to the information it provided concerning Jerusalem, served to raise the public interest in the work of the fund sufficiently. £60,000 was raised by public subscription to carry out.
They spent £60,000 back in that day to go and do this. That doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for them to go here.
60,000 poundings. Never mind.
Yeah, you're probably going to be Thor after that.
The Great Survey of Western Palestine. In addition to his explorations all around the Temple Mount, Warren surveyed the plain, Philistia, the Roman temples.
Oh my God, somebody built something really, really high on top of a mountain? Nuh-uh, you're lying.
On Mount Hermon. Throughout the years, he did several explorations and diplomacy trips to South Africa to dispute claims of English territory in the region.
A white person going to South Africa to do things? That's never a good idea.
And in 1886, he was recalled to England the same year to be chief commissioner of.
Okay, so now they're just going to talk about his history. Let's get back into the history of the goddamn freaking place we're talking about, which is around here.
Climbed up the forbidding sides of Mount Hermon to determine its true height and describe any archaeological sites found there. As such, Warren explored, measured, and sketched an ancient temple.
He sketched an asshole. on top of a mountain.
Sketched it?
It's literally an arsehole. He literally sketched.
So he made a drawing, so it is true.
Yeah, and because there's a thingy around it for some reason. So the best of my knowledge, I think this is a volcano. And then people they built structures around it and into it.
That's
and
a
around,
shredded cheek asshole.
It's what happened. It's what happens before the girl shites on your chest. That's what it looks like.
Ah,
Never
fuck
mind.
off.
Never mind. Okay. Anyways, before I get stupider with that goddamn stuff. Yeah. No. Totally. Yeah. It gets very woo very quick as soon as we get into this, and I know that's maybe not exactly similarly what you're talking about, but let's crack on.
Known as Khazar Antar, here he passed through the temple and continued upwards along the peak in a strange anti-clockwise spiral pattern in order to reach the summit. The southern peak's rocky terrain had appeared to have been scooped out, and what appeared to be sacrificial.
So it looks volcanic to me, but I can't tell enough with what we're actually looking at.
If it was clockwise, it would not have been as mysterious as now that it's anti-clockwise. What the fuck is that? Sorry.
And they just saw that into a thingy-mabobber, right? How do they know it's clockwise? If it's a spiral, it could go either way per se, even though, like, you know, spiral does kind of is directionalized. If you started from the left or started from the right, but what makes it what they're saying?
What makes it so fucking special?
It's because it's the highest point on a mountain.
Of the mountain. Fascinated and confused at the same time, Warren explored and surveyed the area.
Yeah, people fucking built a fucking thing on top of a mountain. There's nothing spectacular about that, especially if it's like a temple for the gods or a place to worship, and or if a overseer of the land decided to make one of these things like a castle, right? So that invaders couldn't come in and take them over. But we just don't have any knowledge of it because certain parts of the world didn't have things written down, or remember, the history is written by the victors, not by the losers. So certain parts of history have been erased to some extent. So we don't know what happened on here because there was no writings about it. Or maybe it was written down and they were on papyrus, or they were written on things that got destroyed, just like what happened in the 1930s with the beep people and trying to take over the world.
Yeah, the ones you cannot see.
Yeah, exactly. Similarly, they destroyed a crap ton of stuff. And when the Romans took the Greeks took over the Romans, and then the blah blah blah, and then all the British going around the world and taking over all of the lands.
Destroyed everything.
Yeah, exactly. Similarly, so there's a lot of history.
We tag along and helps.
Semi-erased.
Everybody only blames the Brits.
Yeah. Anyways, well, yeah. Yeah, blame the British instead of blame Canada. Blame the British. Anyways, let's crack on.
Area, documenting much of what he found. He then discovered within the area a strange stele, which is a stone pillar, otherwise known as a tablet.
I read that as the 30 years of the reign of Cthulhu, and I was like, yes, I would love to see 30 years of the reign of Cthulhu. That would be amazing.
I don't want it to be raining for 30 years. I hate the fucking rain. Oh, sorry.
Yes, that's the rain that we were talking about. Anyways, let's crack on. Okay, well, by misinformation, sorry if we talk too much. I'm sorry. That happens when we do streams. So this is one of the stones they found inside the temple. Sorry that you... thank you for being here, and we loved having you here. Join us anytime, just like anybody else. I hope you dropped out because something else happened and you weren't able to stay in, because I would hate for you to drop out because I talk way too much, even though that's part of the stream. But here let's crack on with more of this idiocracy.
Engraved on one side, in an ancient language, the closest being ancient Greek, before leaving the summit, Warren chose to remove the marker and carry it down the 9,000-foot height for transfer to London, but being 4 feet thick and far heavier than his team could manage, he ordered the stone to be sliced in half to reduce its thickness and weight. And although the
Oh yeah, let's just destroy a historical part of history that you found, and now never mind.
Why doesn't he tell us what the writing says? I mean, that could be like Ishmael was here, Israel rules, okay, yeah. It could be anything.
No, yeah, no, it totally could be graffiti of the time.
What's that? It's
but
Slam. Come on. Why you're abusing your time travel shit? It literally said Slim was here.
Yeah, it literally says Slim
was here. You
dumbass.
Oh, sorry.
It says it on there. Look. All you got to do is look, and it's actually there. Just look.
Yeah, if you squint your eyes.
Totally.
Trip down the mountain much easier. The ancient stone suffered as a result, cracking horizontally along its midsection. Upon returning it to the British Museum.
Totally. Okay, let's get to the fallen angels.
You may be asking what the significance of this tablet was at the time. Well, it all goes back to the book of Enoch and Genesis in the Bible, where it says, Genesis chapter 6, verse 4, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
They came inside of who? Never mind. But let's keep going.
In correlation to the verse in Genesis, there's also several chapters in Enoch, and they say this, Enoch chapter 6, and it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters, and the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, who was their leader.
That sounds like some kinky, fucking weird, twisted ass shit to me, and like I'm a
sounds
little
like,
scared.
Well,
it sounds a bit PDF to me.
No, it totally it's PDF file stuff for sure.
Yeah, no, but also like that should be to the angels like bestiality to us.
It should
like
be.
we're kind of like their pets, like we're less than them, or
yeah, sure. No, not ours either.
Yeah.
But the other thing is they didn't say age, but the way they said it sounded very, very weird in that way. But again, translations could be wrong. They could have said adult male and female brothers and sisters or something, right? And then blah blah blah. Like we don't know.
Yeah, but like that's the Bible thing. You're all brothers and sisters, and you're all the children of God. So.
Yeah, exactly. So
and we got new people here. If they may have not known that you are a time traveler.
Yes.
Well, to me, it just sounds like all angels are chesters, and brainless. Just go at it, you masturbating little bastard. Kill a lot of them.
Yeah, so when we talk about the Book of Enoch a lot on this channel, for sure. So let's crack on to the fallens of the angels.
The Watchers, whose sole purpose was to look after mankind shortly after the fall of Lucifer and the events in the Garden of Eden. And whether it be through the influence of Lucifer or their free will, they lusted after human women.
Well, just look at that. Jesus Christ, I didn't know this was going to be
from the dungeon itself, isn't it?
Oh,
wow. Yeah,
and mated with them, producing offspring called the Nephilim giants.
I eat that ass.
In addition to this, they also
maybe I'll
heaven.
fish.
Oh my God, there is.
Enoch,
Jesus
chapter
Christ.
7.
Shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so now they really just like go over thingy bobbers. It doesn't have any proof that there's fallen angels from this fucking goddamn mountain. So anyways, let's crack on, and I'll probably maybe have to like edit out like 20 seconds or something. But anyways, let's crack on to the next thing you involved. I wanted to get to, which was
and for people that might enjoy it, I had ChatGPT make a religion around Slim.
Yes.
Yes. It's kind of funny.
Sorry, chat. All right, so here is how music theory is witchcraft. And I went to college for electronic music production, and I learned music theory from classical music all the way to modern music. And yes, let's go over how it is witchcraft.
Well, music can do a lot
the
to
moon
your
is represented
emotions.
with this
Yeah.
Isn't that strange? The ground intersects the most obvious cycle in the sky, and the resulting symbol represents the second most obvious cycle in the sky. It's a pretty direct visual reference, but
okay, here we go.
Generally, cycles are represented.
What the happened? Okay, we got it.
And that
We
makes
got it
sense.
back.
It's cyclical than a circle. One of the most fundamental kernels of knowledge, one that everybody seems to intuitively understand, is that music is movement, and that journey is often cyclical. You need to establish a home, then travel away. Then,
okay, but you have to have an order. You have to have an order to things, which is a music scale. So because there's an order, doesn't mean that it's witchcraft.
Usually,
so the Bible contains witchcraft because it has music in it.
Yeah.
Songs.
You come back home. This applies to harmony, but it also applies to melodies. A melody that doesn't leave home is just a tone.
And that technically could be called music, but anyways, correct.
When I say
the shit you've made could be called
music.
Music is C is the destination. How do we get there? You could plot a melody around the circle. Just as you can only travel halfway into a forest, you can only go halfway into an octave.
What? I can only go into what? I can go all the way through a forest, you fucking weirdo. Anyways, and the scale is not just a half. There's not a half in scales. What?
If you go halfway in, like past that point, you're not going.
Oh, then you're getting out.
Going
then you're getting
go
out
halfway into a forest. You can only go halfway into an octave. Anything past F sharp, up or down, it's gonna bring you.
Oh, they're saying you can only go half up and half down. Okay.
Closer to C. That's circles. This is salt, a perfect bisection. In our circle of notes, it depicts a tritone, a rather dissonant pair. Every obvious shape does this. Triangle, that's an augmented chord. Square, diminished chord, or really just do tritone.
But what if I turn the square? Never mind.
These shapes show the liminal.
Not a diminished chord.
No, I know. These people are sputtering at. Yeah, they're sputtering at balls.
You can travel here, but it takes tremendous effort to stay here. The tritone wants to bend, to resolve. The augmented chord wants to scaly, to resolve.
What?
The square, or more commonly the isosceles, wants to move forward.
What are you? I don't. This doesn't make any sense to me.
They completely fucking lost me.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying too. And I learned music theory, but they're changing all these things that don't make any sense.
I guess there's one more shape you can add here. 2 triangles. Now we're just hitting.
Oh my god! Now it's the Jewish star. Satanism.
Every other note. I think I saw someone expand on this once.
They said 2 triangles. That's 2 triangles and covering and taking a line around it.
And a pentagon, right?
Yeah.
No, a 5. Anyways.
Yeah.
There's more going on.
Something gone.
Yeah.
It's
Hex. There we go. And that's why they call it a hexagon, because it's goddamn satanic.
Just rotate the star.
It's got 6 sides.
No, I know.
That's the circle of fifths, a cornerstone of music theory and analysis.
And now they're saying circle of fifths.
And it's built on a lie.
Circle of fifths.
The circle of fifths. The reason.
But there's more than you're gonna make this so basic. It's not even funny.
And the musicians keep coming back to it is in its name. Each note is a fifth away from the last, and they circle back around after visiting all 12 notes. A fifth is defined as a frequency ratio of 3/2. The fifth that we use It's off by 1/3%.
Jesus Christ, these numbers are so weird.
Less actually, but it adds up. Look.
I'm kind of scared to find out what you're gonna draw here, you weirdo.
And we're back at C, right? Wrong.
Because you went up and down the scale, and eventually you have to go back to... Never mind.
We're off by 24 cents, give or take. A Pythagorean comma formally.
And why are we talking about cents now, you fucking weirdo? What the hell is going on anymore?
The circle of fifths is actually a spiral.
Yeah, and we learned that by taking a piano and putting it out straight instead of being in a shell form. Again, there's nothing, he doesn't say anything about it being satanic except for them just claiming that it is, because what the fuck is even going on, you weirdos? Jesus Christ, you psychopaths.
But I'm still curious, why is it witchcraft and how? And
that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't ever explain that. It's so ridiculously stupid. So let's get on to...
Well, the devil did go down to Georgia, didn't he?
Yeah, and he with the fiddle and the...
Yeah,
okay, so this lady claims to be...
But isn't vanity one of the deadly sins? So saying like, oh yeah, I can play the fiddle better than the devil already won the soul of his soul, right?
Sure. And if the guy was eating ribs while he was banging a chick or something, there'd be a lot of different commandments that they were breaking as well. But anyways, let's crack on with this. And this lady believes that she's an alien.
New Harvard study suggested that aliens may be secretly living here on Earth.
Well, according to our next guest, aliens are already among us, and she claims to be the living proof. Kelly Tyler is part of a growing number of people that believe themselves to be extraterrestrials who've been sent down from space in order to help humankind.
And Kelly, as you can see, is here now. Morning, Kelly.
Morning.
You can imagine the scale.
You need to lay off the drugs that you've been taking, or somebody is giving you drugs and you just don't know you're on them. If you
no, it's just a criticism, isn't it?
What?
It's critical fame.
Yeah, no, of course, no. It is just to get your name out there and to be in the public and blah blah blah. Just like you'll see, because their stories never are giving us enough information to like actually let us know that like there's something there. It's very, very sparse on the details they give, or they give too many details, or they don't give anything that gives us anything that like, oh, in like a couple of days this is going to happen, or something about something, or there's a way that I can prove that I'm non-human.
And this also
when we say something like
every time
America that has dumbasses, we have them here in the UK too.
Yeah, I don't think this is American, but we'll see. And if it is,
no,
cool.
It's UK. That's a UK show. She's from Great Britain.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anyways, but once again, it's insane that. Yeah. Let's just go. Let's go.
Like aliens are living here. Kelly claims to be an alien.
Of course.
Can you explain a little bit about why you feel like you aren't just human?
Sure.
And you feel like you're from another planet?
Yeah. And it's something that I wouldn't talk about generally because of that skepticism. And really,
I don't know if they're just giving them away. I just think that they're overdosing people, or they're giving people drugs. Obviously, if you think that you're a fucking alien from another place and you're soul swapped. I did think that a bunch when I was younger, and I was on a bunch of drugs. But being her age and being in the place that she is, it's kind of crazy to find out that people are this crazy. But like we were saying, it could be for attention, to make money, because you do get paid to go on some of these shows. Just like a lot of the Bigfoot hunters and cryptid hunters and ghost hunters, you get paid to be involved in the TV show, the stream, or being interviewed and blah, blah, blah. So it is a moneymaker, and especially if you can write a book about it. So let's hear what this crazy bitch has to say.
I think starseeds are souls from another star.
Oh, fuck off with your star
seeds. She's going to explain starseeds. I was going to, but I think she's going to explain
system that have incarnated as humans. So people go, well, you look pretty human to me. You don't have that 6 foot blue head or whatever it is that they see from sci-fi films. And really what happens is when you identify with being, I like to say a starseed rather than alien, because there's too many stigmas attached to aliens with the films that we see. And there's a
Yeah, people think I'm crazy when I say I'm alien inside a human body, but when I say I'm a starseed, they're like, "Oh, what is that?" And then the wootards, they fucking fall straight into it because it's like, "Oh my god, like I'm an intergalactic being that is like, but in this body, and I'm here to like give you information that you need to like buy from me, and if you like buy the water that I have, and like." I pee in a bottle and I'll sell it to you for like $50. And what you got to do is you got to like squirt it on yourself every morning and all the grifter shit. It's just grifter shit. It's exactly what it is. All right, I'm gonna start this and I'm gonna step away to go grab another burr. I'll be back in like 20 seconds and then we'll stop this. And most likely, like yesterday, got demonetized. Most likely playing things like this is probably gonna get us demonetized, but fuck it. So here we blow.
fear against aliens. And typically starseeds are here to help humanity. So when we incarnate as humans, we're here to really help humans remember what it's like to be humans and connect to their innateness, their natural senses, rather than distract and go, oh, look at the interdimensions and the other planets. Our role is not to make you look outside of humanity. It's to actually connect back to who you really were and the internet connectedness that's currently on Earth with nature, with animals, with ourselves.
And you've always felt this, right from being a little girl. And tell me the definition of a starseed.
So I haven't felt it since I was a child. You have most starseeds incarnate at birth. So their soul is born as a starseed.
Right.
When I was a child.
So instead of you being transported into the body of a human, being an alien and coming down here to help save us, what the fuck are you doing other than going on a fucking TV show to fucking help? Are you going out there and telling us like how to like make carbon into a natural resource? Are you helping here to solve climate change? Are you here to stop wars? Are you here to do blah blah? Yeah, and it's pretty much the indigo.
No, they're here to make the world more woo. They're here to make the world more woo.
Yeah. So literally, bitch, you're just a grifter, and all you're doing is convincing fucking woo-tards and wooists and people like Eric Dubay to stick crystals up their arseholes or up their buttholes. I mean, pussies.
If the shape is right,
or in down their fucking throats or some bullshit. Like, how are you here changing the universe so that it's better for fucking humanity? There's nothing. Yeah, no, she was snorting definitely something, and I guess the kids should maybe call it star seeds, but we normally call it crystal methamphetamine that she's probably snorting. And it is very reminiscent of the Weekly World News, the alien stories from the 80s and 90s for sure.
If a male pop star comes, is that also starseed?
That's pretty much starseed, and that's how all those young girls got impregnated at all of those festivals. Anyways,
that's how all the starseeds.
It all got starseeded.
I wasn't born as a starseed. I was a very sensitive child. I'd have water, have a bath, and I'd be like blotchy. I'd eat strawberries, my lips would blow up. I was quite an ill child, and also the world was too sensitive for me. So.
That's what a lot of these folks say. They have disorders, conditions, and stuff, and they're like, I'm too sensitive for this world. No, it's not that I have measles or this different skin conditions.
As a child, she says. Have you ever had your mental health checked recently? Because you're quite ill now, girl.
Yeah, in the head and not in your body. But they're always like saying this. This is a running theme that I've noticed with people that say that they're aliens put in another body. And the only reason why I thought I was an alien put into somebody's body is because I accidentally ran into the chimney when I was 4 years old, and I woke up after a concussion, and I didn't understand why I didn't remember my past. And when I got older, I realized that like, no, I'm not an alien put into a human body. I most likely knocked myself the fuck out. Yeah, exactly, Timothy. And same with a couple other things that happened to me as well. where I thought weird things, but I finally eventually was like, that's not how the world works. That's not how any of this works. So anyways, crack on.
So I would be at the bottom of my garden with a bug box looking at stuff rather than interacting with people. It just felt too much. My nan used to catch me when I was about 3 years old, sitting at a park bench, talking.
And that's called a mental thing, a brain things. I want to say it's a spectrum of autism, but I don't want to. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But
could be on the spectrum.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you dumbass cunt.
And I think that's what a lot of us are experiencing. Just there's not enough research. There's not enough outreach.
Feeling different. Feeling different.
Yeah. And once again, are you doing this to make money, bitch? Because that's what it seems like as well.
To Tom, and she'd be like, Kelly, there's no one there. I'm like, it's Tom. Can you not see Tom? So this.
The way that she explained that was very not like she's ever had an invisible friend.
Hypersensitivity was always there as a child.
And Kelly, I was just about to say, what did you see when you were talking to Tom?
Nobody had an invisible friend. Like thousands of adults still have an invisible friend.
Yeah, his name is Guy.
He lives in the sky.
Yeah. No, but I had a couple friends, like, they legitimately were like, I've been playing with Bob or whatever, and like, you're like, what the fuck? So it legitimately can be a version of a way for somebody to adapt to their surroundings that maybe isn't completely a mental disorder, but the way that she explained it, that was just something that she threw in there to pretend that there was more to the situation, because the way she said it, she didn't explain it well enough, and she didn't give us more detail in the ways that she should have if she did have a friend that was not there. And when did it go away? When did it, again, and never mind, let's crack on more.
Just somebody who was here before. He's passed over now.
But could you actually see?
He looked like a real person. I would feel like I could touch him. And he just felt really normal to me. So when somebody else couldn't...
I felt like I could touch him. Did you try touching him? Oh, this is just something imaginary in your head, or something a story that you're telling. Because wouldn't you have tried to touch him? Wouldn't you have tried to interact yourself with him way more? Obviously. So now you're telling us a story of something that is just fake, for sure, that you never experienced. This interaction never happened in your whole entire life.
See him. I'd be like, Nan, can you not see Tom? And she'd be like, there's no one there. Okay. So I developed a relationship or have contact with this being from the age of 7 at the bottom of my garden. He appeared as a light, then he started to show himself more. And we just used to have this really comforting telepathic relationship. I used to write about it, give the story.
So how does this make you an alien from another world because you were seeing some weird ghost thingy? It doesn't make any sense. And she just goes on more and more about, like, it's redonkulous. I'd like to get more into another thingy above her, so because we got a lot of content for us to go through. I was kind of hoping Mama was here for one of the things I was going to go through, but let's crack on with.
I wish Mama was here for everything.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Mama's son.
Okay. Oh, Jesus, I just don't know which I want 100% do next, but let's crack on with...
Pick one!
Okay, let's go through the doctor who fell through from the sky.
Been discovered to have fallen from somewhere, but there is seemingly nowhere to fall from. It's a subset of missing person cases that you might have heard of before. Frankly, I've never encountered a case that was legitimate, but still, it's something that you hear about every now and then. It's one of the...
Okay, so here we go.
Hennepin County Medical Center for the last 11 years as an anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
For the last 5 years, he was the chief of anesthesiology. He and his wife had a home in Faribault, Minnesota, and also a home in Minneapolis. Due to their busy schedules and long work hours, the condo in Minneapolis made their lives easier by reducing turnaround time while working in the city. Chris was well liked by his peers and considered a wonderful man and an amazing father. At approximately 6 p.m. on December 4th, 2015, Chris was hanging out at his condo in Minneapolis when his friend Konstantin arrived. Konstantin was also a doctor and anesthesiologist at the Hennepin County Medical Center. The two men made alcoholic drinks, a dirty martini for each of them, and then sat around for a while socializing. They had tentative plans to go out to eat in an upscale steakhouse called Ruth's Chris in Minneapolis.
That makes sense.
Unfortunately, their plans were foiled when they attempted to get a reservation and discovered the restaurant was booked out. They had tried a few other eateries, but they were unable to get a reservation. Since their plans were falling.
Okay, let's get to him driving from the bar.
Their worst fears were confirmed as they stopped on the side of the road and saw that there was indeed a man lying there, apparently deceased. They immediately called 911 to report the discovery and waited for first responders to arrive. During this time, they made no attempt to touch the body or confirm whether the individual was dead or alive. State Patrol first arrived on scene around 7:30 a.m. after being dispatched to an unresponsive male on the westbound side of Interstate 94 at Groveland Avenue. An ambulance was already there, and it was quickly determined that the male was deceased. The body was lying face down on the pavement of the emergency shoulder cutout just east of the Groveland Avenue Bridge. There appeared to be a potential injury to the back of the head. The male also had bloody hands, a dark-colored coat, dark jeans that were ripped near the lower left leg area.
I didn't know he died.
One thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there was nothing to fall from. Where the fuck is this camera?
No, I know. And not just that. But somebody could have gotten pushed out of a car. There's so many things that could have happened that I don't know why it's that they disappeared. But let's give it a little bit more and see.
A dark-colored belt and one black dress shoe on the left foot, but the right foot was missing a shoe altogether. It was noted that the belt on the pants was undone, the button on the pants was unbuttoned, and the zipper was down. An iPhone was found in the man's right front coat pocket and was locked by password. To authorities on scene, it did not appear as though the man had been struck by a vehicle despite him having been found on the roadside.
No,
the body was then covered with a sheet,
vehicle.
And part of I-94 was shut down for the duration of the immediate investigation. Troopers decided they needed to find exactly where the man had been injured and where he had come from. So they decided to try and find the missing black dress shoe. They went up the highway embankment and began looking.
Okay. I feel like this is just going to be the weirdest, stupidest thing in the world. I thought that it was a better thing than this is. I'm not going with this anymore. This is so ridiculous. Obviously, there's so many million things that could have happened for this to actually happen. So anyways, I thought it was a little bit different. Once again, I don't always completely go through all of the thingy-mabobbers that we go through for these. I go over them a little bit, but not always. Yeah.
Showing us this kind of shit.
Especially in
But let's go ahead and go over the idiocracy of a trad wife. And you don't know what a trad wife is, let's just begin this and then we'll go over it. And trigger warning. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey friends, welcome back to the Gubba Homestead. I'm Gubba, and today we are going to be discussing the 5 things that will make you a perfect trad wife. What is a trad wife? A trad wife is a woman who takes on traditional gender roles in the home and believes she is not sacrificing women's rights to do so. The trad wife movement has been on the rise, especially in the past few years. I believe this is due to the chaos of 2020 and what we witnessed. We saw empty grocery stores, riots in the streets, society just generally collapsing, and people
because of a virus, you twat? And because of something.
We've completely collapsed.
Yeah, no, we've not restored ourselves back to society or non-chaos. Yeah, totally, lady.
So began flocking back to their roots.
Let me get this straight. A trad wife is a wife that does wifey things.
So, trad wife is something that we make fun of here, and we've talked about as a joke.
Barefoot, naked, and pregnant in the kitchen.
While making a sandwich. She better be making me a sandwich when I come home.
Isn't that a Swiss Army? Isn't that a Swiss Army wife?
A what, dog?
A Swiss Army wife. Boom, boom.
Sure, I guess.
A woman that can do all these things at once, that's a Swiss Army wife.
Yeah, no, she's got 4 arms, 4 legs. She is birthing a child while she's making food, while she's still pregnant with your next child, barefoot, and taking care of the laundry all together. Yeah. No, it's redonkulously silly thing. And a lot. Well, let's go on more and I'll talk about.
And then again, if a woman wants to do that, go for it.
Yes, but what
just
happens?
Don't force anybody to do it.
No, but what happens a lot of times is these people think that this is a great lifestyle until they get into it, and then their husband, significant other, cheats on them, beats them, does all kinds of things, and it makes it so it's not comfortable. But the other thing about the try to wife thing that they're going to show in just a second is it gets into QAnon really fast. So they're like, "Oh, it's innocent. Oh no, you just do, just do whatever your husband says." And all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, but the Jewish space lasers." And you're like, "What the fuck? Oh, why did we pull that out of our arseholes all of a sudden?" So it delves into conspiracy theories very, very quick. The Trump lost the thing because the ballots were hidden. Blah blah blah. And so we'll get into that in a second.
Their roots of learning how to garden, how to can and preserve food, be self-sufficient, and really return to a way of life that their great-grandparents had.
Yeah, if you're so convenient that if you live in a domicile with somebody else and you have kids, that you don't have to get a job because your husband is making so much money.
Indeed. That's what
normally in the Americas, you need a 2-income household to even fucking keep your head above water.
To have a car to live in.
Yeah. And then really quick, what we're going to get into, which this has been brought up by other people, and I'm not the originator of pulling this out of my arsehole, is, bitch, if you're supposed to be a fucking trad wife, you wouldn't be making this video, which is potentially making you money. So you're literally making money on your husband's dime, and or you're bringing in a little bit of income. You're supposed to not be doing this. You're literally supposed to be on your knees in front of the front door if you already cleaned everything and you already made the dinner and you already everything, waiting for him to come inside. And as soon as he opens up that door, you're supposed to just suck his cock right off the bat on your knees. And then, no, bitch, you're fucking actually
Slim, you do know what you said, right?
I don't know.
Waiting for him to come inside.
Yeah, no, that's what I was getting at is, but no, literally, these people don't understand it. And then when they actually get put in these places, there's a very, very famous trad wife that just fucking divorced her husband and got custody of the children because this douche nozzle was so fucking horrible and cheated on her and beat her and left her outside while she was pregnant all night long with the doors locked. Would lock the door if she ever came home late. And
if you have a fetish for being someone's slave, then go ahead, be a tread wife.
That's not.
It's basically being a fucking slave.
Yeah, but most of these people, that's not what they're into. They're getting tricked into this. If you really want to be a gimp, if you really want to be a sub, if you really want to be a house pet, you can fucking do that. I was a house pet for many years. I loved being a house pet. I wish I could be a fucking house pet again. It was so awesome. But I chose that lifestyle, not being forced into it, not being tricked into it, and not understanding what I'm getting into by cooking the food, cleaning the house, taking care of the kids when the significant other is out, and making sure that they get all the sex and all the fun stuff they want. But that was my choice, and I knew what I was getting into. So it's different being, if she was like, oh, I just want to be a house pet, or I want to be this during kink time, right? Because we call it scenes. You 24/7 are not a gimp. You're 24/7 not everything, right? In the kink society. You go to the dungeon only for a couple hours a day, and then you come back out, and then you're a normal. These people are acting this 24/7, and this is horrible, especially because she doesn't know better. Unfortunately, look in those eyes.
She's dressed like she's in the Handmaid's Tale anyway.
Yeah, look at her eyes. She doesn't know anything past those. She does not have enough she's naive as shit, and especially listen to what she fucking says. And then we'll get into the conspiracy theory of the QAnon blah 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 and how they've integrated themselves into the trad wife lifestyle.
What else did their great grandparents have? They had a family unit where the woman stayed home to
Yeah, you know what your grandparents had? Every other child dying of a disease because there was no structure that medical structure.
You're right,
we didn't understand things and stuff, and well, no, she has like a little bow in her hair or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's shaped weird because of, I don't know if it's the hair. We'll see in a second, because I believe that we can see her face a little bit better in just a second. But the unit, yeah, totally the unit. But yeah, no. Let's crack on more, because I want to get into the conspiratorial version of this, and that's why we're going over this today.
I'm guessing trad is traditional, yeah? That's what
yes,
that means.
yes, trad is traditional.
Traditional.
Yeah, and so we're let's let her talk some more, and we'll go when we get into the conspiratorial stuff.
Tend to the children and care for the home. Well, what happened between our great-grandparents' time and now? We had the feminist movement. You may be thinking, but the feminist...
No, the rise in costs of living went up. And if you have 27 kids, somebody's got to pay for everybody to get fed, you twat. So everybody has to go to work, and at that point, I'm sure that you're gonna fucking send your kids into the fucking field to work at fucking 6 and 7 years old too. So literally, now you're just doing child labor as well, you cunt. So, anyways, let's crack on. And do we have the option for everybody to not work? What are you talking about, you fucking weirdo?
This movement was for women's rights. Was it really? Or was it to get the woman into the workplace? What happens when the woman goes into the workplace? Who's home to raise?
They make more money so that the kids and everybody...
It might be the husband. It might be the man taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
Some men can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
similarly, like
in this day and age, most families need the parents to work anyway. Need 2 jobs. Both men and women share the cook and the clean, and that's how it works these days. You know?
and doing the stuff together is also fun. Like, and then like but like cleaning the house on your own sucks balls.
This is what I think.
No, but when you...
God damn it.
You deleted it, you dumbass.
I know. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
No, but like, if you clean the house together like that, then it's not a horrible job to do.
Well,
she is so stoned that she doesn't even know what she's talking about. Look at that. Somebody please screenshot that or clip that or something, because that's fucking amazing. Anyways, let's crack on. So yeah, no, once again, it would be amazing if you married a millionaire that was like born into a rich family that is in the oil industry or the pharmaceuticals or the fucking sex trade or something. I don't know. Then that's
somebody
great,
that's into pharmaceuticals. Yeah, you'd love dating somebody who's in pharmaceuticals.
I did, and I loved all the drugs they gave me for free. That's why I also love dating the lady that worked at the Budweiser plant. She would bring home like a pallet of beer like twice a week. And so I literally was just drinking free beer constantly. It was fucking amazing. But anyways, let's crack on with how stupid this shite is. Yeah, executively. My pause game is on point. Executively. So let's crack on with the idiocracy of this.
The children. You have to go drop the children off with somebody else at daycare or school to then raise your child. The man goes out of the home to work, get money, and then pays another person to raise his child. Do you see the problem in that? Not only that, the woman whose traditional role is to stay home, submit to her husband, keep a home, tend and raise children, is then going out into the workplace and...
What did you say? Stay home and do what? Submit to your husband?
Yeah, no, that's part of it.
She got a slave kink.
Yeah, well, I don't believe that it's a kink on her side. I think that she's been brainwashed. It's a
brainwash.
Thinking,
we all know.
Yeah, no,
we all know it's a brainwash.
I think this is more cultish than it is fetishist. Although the other day there was a right-winger Trumpinite that was in the bar. This is a couple weeks ago. It doesn't matter when. And he was like, you know what? I really, when every time my little daughter, she gets out of line, I just spank her ass. And I'm like, You know that how all of us got a spanking. Hold on. What I said was, you know how most of us got a spanking fetish is from getting spanked when we were younger. Because he was saying
that's
like
why it's such
the
an
tradition
American thing.
He was saying the traditional thing. You know what I'm saying? Like traditionally, you got to bite your kids so they stay in line. And so, as a joke or to fuck with his head, I was like, you know how we all got spanking fetishes or whipping fetishes that we all now use in our lives or we get into is because you all beat us as kids. And dude, you should have saw the fucking how he just like was like, what? It's like, yeah, don't fucking spank your fucking little girl, you twat. Now we need to talk to people and not fucking beat people. He's like, I need to beat my kids. And I'm like,
now she got a spanking fetish and daddy issues.
And a daddy issues, and now she's gonna become a stripper who works in a sex club that gets whipped. You know what I'm saying?
If she is not scared into being a trap wife, because otherwise she'll burn in hell forever.
Yeah, exactly. So that was so funny to watch this fucking dude that was a right winger be like, huh? And it's like, yeah, you twat. Everything you do to your kids, they grow up and it turns them into those people. So I know right now you think that, oh, I'm doing this to make them do the things I want, but as soon as they grow up, now they have fucking their own path they go on. So if you don't fucking teach them how to actually like be in public and how to like interact and or to like be told no in the proper way and or other things, blah, 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 then they're going to get into some weird shit. Every time I have done counseling for couples that were into weird fetishes, or some people were like, I don't know why I need to get bound up and gagged to come. I'm like, well, let's talk about your past. And eventually they're like, oh, some weird shit happened to me when I was younger while I was going through puberty. You know, like not them getting completely gagged and or tied up per se, but something got involved in their life. Like for me, certain things was like the Addams Family. I fucking thought, and what's the other? The Munsters. I was like, damn, those fucking goth fucking women are fucking hot. I'm like, I would let them do whatever they want to me, you know. So it's those little things and that people don't realize that will influence some things. And of course, it's personal preference. But if you're shown things or certain things happen during certain parts of your life, then you're going to translate them into daddy issues and other things like that, let's just say. So let's crack on more with this twat whistle saying this.
Money and then pays another person to raise his child. Do you see the problem in that? Not only that, the woman who's traditional.
So if you can't, well, just paying for childcare is not that much comparatively to other things.
It is, but also then your kid is not stuck at home all by itself. It learns to socialize.
Yes,
social cunt.
And one of the main things we're having a problem with right now is with a homeschooling, because there are a handful of these trad wives that are like, you know, when I homeschool my kid, I don't make them read, I don't make them write, I just let them do whatever they want because I want them to be inspired by themselves. Yeah, then they don't learn how to read, they don't learn how to do basic math.
No. They don't want them to read and be able to read, because then you cannot tell them what the Bible says in the way you want them to think the Bible says what it says.
No, I know it's for getting them to believe whatever, and especially if you have people that are abusing children, making them work, you know, child labor and or beep. But, you know, it's easier to manicure somebody through their whole entire life and get them to do everything you want if they have no education. But that is the problem that we need, is that people need to learn how to read, write, and or do maths and not look as dumb as this dumb cunt.
And Mega is they want that. They want people to stay stupid.
No, that's why ex-President Trump said, I love the ignorant, I love the uneducated. Because, yeah, of course you do, because they're the ones that are going to vote for you. They're the ones that are going to be like, gung ho for you no matter what. Because
at some point in time, the Republican Party actually has said, was way back, like, oh fuck, we're losing votes. What can we do? Oh, let's appeal to the stupid people because they don't know any better.
Yeah, and then they're like, hey, women shouldn't learn how to read, write, and vote because then they're gonna muddy the waters. And then now there's all these people that are like, women shouldn't be able to vote, like fucking pick all the pick-me's. They're like, women shouldn't be able to vote because we're too dumb because once a month we bleed out of our vaginas. And it's like, that's not how the world works. That's not how any of this fucking works. That doesn't matter. Do you know all of the wars that have been fucking made were all from fucking men? And it wasn't women on their fucking periods that fucking made war. So fuck you for fucking even trying to bring that up and saying that is a thing.
Stay home, submit to her husband, keep a home, tend and raise children, is then going out into a workplace and having to submit to a boss or another authority figure. Where is the benefit in that? If you
money, monetary value, you're going to be making twice as much money for the household if you go and do that. And yes, I wish that people could spend more time with their children to raise them, but unfortunately in this climate we have to spend more time working and less, and it would be great if we could. But again, it is very convenient for you that your punk ass gets to fucking not work while your husband works and you get to just sit around and do nothing. Yes, I understand cleaning the house, new stuff, but guess what happens half of the fucking day? Your kids are at school, you twat. So you're literally flicking your bean half the fucking
news.
You're flicking your bean half the day, and then as soon as your kids come home, then you're like, oh, let's clean the house. Oh, let's make the kids do things. Oh, now I can start cooking dinner. Or it's like, bitch, you literally work half the time. And I'm only saying that because I'm making fun of her, and like I don't honestly believe 100% that any stay-at-home person isn't doing enough. Because once again, I did that as well. I lived with a couple, and the mother had a disability, and the father would go on business trips to seminars and stuff because they were so involved in tech. And they had me live with them because I could take care of the kids. I could clean the house. I could do everything that she couldn't do to help, you know. So I understand being there for that certain points, but you can't always have somebody not working, especially if you don't have a disability like you fucking cunt. And now you're fucking sitting around going, it's so amazing, I don't have to do shit. And this fucking dude goes out and he just works like 70 hours a week and like I can do whatever I want. Oh my god, it's so fun. Anyways, crack on.
you think about it, is it a benefit to the system to have only one taxable person in a household, or is it more of a benefit to the system to have two taxable people in the household?
Income makes it so it doesn't matter how much you're getting taxed, you dumb cunt.
These are all interesting questions to think about, and I would invite you to ponder them. I think
yeah, did your husband tell you this and while he was beating your ass because you fucking were disobeying his fucking orders?
there is great value and honor to be found in the trad wife movement, and that is why I want to help you become the best trad wife you can. Here are 5 things that you can do to become the best
Oh my Jesus Christ. I'm not ready for this.
trad wife. 1, you absolutely need to learn how to cook and to bake from scratch. Our great grandma.
Scratch, yeah, from scratch. That's because that's how the fucking world works. I need a goddamn pizza made from fucking scratch that you fucking hand toss and put all the things on and raise the dough your goddamn self.
Grandmas did not have the convenience, nor do I think that they would want
for bacon in the morning. You gotta go kill a pig and slaughter chickens and that. Yeah.
I need you to go kill the fucking goddamn shit before we fucking make it. And bitch, you're fucking not smart. You're literally like one of the dumbest people in the world if you believe in all this shit. Although this may just be a thing to make money, like I said. While her husband's working, now she has a thing and a way to make money through social medias.
Want it of going to a grocery store to pick out some processed slop from the shelves, pop it in the microwave, and call that dinner. No.
No, you just make it in the oven. Don't put it in the microwave. Put it in the oven, you dumb cunt.
Our great grandmas were lovingly curating these beautiful, hearty.
Oh, you think your grandma fucking loved slaving in a over an oven and a fucking stove for fucking 8 to 12 hours a day? Oh,
Yeah.
do you think she would have been fucking way happier, like working a couple hours a day at fucking a convenience store or something? And then after she got off work, going in, being able to go and like tend in her garden or go like relax in the fucking pool out back, and then getting the kids and then doing things. What do you think's more fucking fun for people? To have fun or for them to slave over shit? You dumb fucking cunt. You're not making this better for yourself, saying that slaving and making your... Remember, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't overwork yourself. Don't make extra chores for yourself. Don't make extra things for you to do to achieve a goal. Do you think your husband cares that you hand chopped the fucking onions or bought it fucking already chopped up in a fucking store? What are you talking about, you twat? He doesn't even know the difference between handmade store bought or not, you twat. Are you fucking ketamine me, you fucking idiot? Literally, she could just get KFC.
Awesome. I love you, man.
She literally could just get KFC every fucking night, and homie would probably be like, fuck it, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, you twat? Okay, let's go a little bit more, and I got more things for us.
Meals from food from their garden or their food storage, or from a cut of meat from their recently butchered animal. They would curate these meals for their family to come home to, for the kids to eat, for the husband after his long day of work to come home, sit down, and everybody was able to connect.
What? Making meals for people to eat is a communal thing when you bring everybody? What are you talking about? No, that doesn't happen in modern times. You have to be a trad wife to make a dinner that everybody sits out of the fucking... God damn it, this is fucking dumb.
Connect around the dinner table. For thousands of years, food has built a way for people to connect with each other. Now, the woman is out of the home and convenience has seeped in. What happens? We now are relying on fast.
Oh, somebody else couldn't cook the dinner? Like, what if your 16-year-old is home and at this point in time they know how to cook, and what if they make the fucking best fucking food for dinner in the world? How is that unfit for life in the world? What are you doing? You're teaching your child how to fucking cook food, or you're like, oh my Jesus, you figured out how to fucking make this, after watching, or now you're a cook. Cool, now you can do this. Why does it have to be you're a dumbass doing this? And again, I feel like this is a lot of times a cop-out for a lot of things. Like, yeah, I work 24 hours a day being a trad wife, and like, if we followed her around all day, she's probably like flicking her bean half the time, drinking wine. She's probably waiting for the kids to come home while she's sitting on the fucking front lawn. And yeah, while homie's fucking trying to like not get fired as the manager for a fucking pizza joint or some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Food, places like DoorDash, with who knows how many people are handling your food, what is going into your food. We have no more connection with our food. That is disrupting our family ties. We're no longer sitting down. We're too tired when we get home from work. The woman from this women's rights movement, her right of going to work, has now disrupted the family. The skills of learning how to cook and bake from scratch have been...
And once again, twat, like I said earlier, if somebody wants to get a part-time job, you're not working fucking 12 hours a day, you cunt. You can go to work for like 4 hours a day and help bringing in money, and then still drop off the kids, pick up the kids. And you literally should be sharing this with your significant other. It shouldn't just be one person, but goddamn. But again, we're not talking about people that are working a quarry mine fucking 12 hours a day, male and female, and then they come home and they're like, God damn it, kids, I'm fucking so beat, I can't even fucking do anything. Let's get grub.
I'm so beat my meat. Oh, never mind.
I'm so beat I can't even meet my meat with you. Never mind. But dude, it's so fucking silly. They're like gish galloping and the hoops they jump through to like make it so they can feel comfortable being fucking... They're literally like they're being a gold digger. They're literally just expunging off of their significant other.
Been lost because there is no time. Do you see how the system has duped us? Do you also see how you can take your freedom back by learning how to cook and bake from scratch? Even if it is simple meals, you can still bring your family around the table, or your husband.
Yeah, look at all the fucking chefs that we know when we go over and brunch and blah, blah, blah. They can all still have a fucking life, and they still can be a cook, and they can still all make fucking awesome meals. Even Lizard's punk ass while he's going through military and all that stuff, he still can make fucking meals for himself that are fucking dank, and he shows it all the time. It's not really that hard to make a fucking meal that takes like 30 minutes more than fucking getting it delivered, or whatever. Just give it a
when he
second
gets
more.
home from work, or if you put that extra effort when you get home to create just something meaningful, you will see your family bonds grow. For example, tonight.
So she literally just said, you may be able to work part of the day, and if you come home and you make a thing for him, it'll be amazing. And okay. And this bitch is using a crock pot? Bitch, all you gotta do is throw ingredients in a fucking crock pot and fucking put on the lid and fucking put it on low and fucking boil it for whatever for fucking 8 hours, and then now you have a fucking thing. Bitch, this is the easiest way to make fucking non-food, you twat.
And making a roast. I used food from my food storage, a variety of vegetables, and homemade.
You spent way too much time doing all of that shit for you to make this dish. You are the one who is fucking wasting everybody else's time, not us. Oh, god damn it. It's just like we were talking about yesterday with CO2. How much carbon does it cost for you to make these things, to make it so that it's negative, right? You literally are overdoing all this crap so that you're making it so you're wasting too much energy to do nothing, you twat. You could be having sex with your husband 5 times a day instead of putting all this much fucking effort into. You could be fucking giving hand jobs to all the pool boys all day long instead of doing this fucking worthless fucking shit just to make yourself feel better. Because once again, does your husband know what you're doing during this time? Fuck no. How do I know what you're doing to make these dishes? Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm working all day and I come home and a dish is made, how do I know that you jarred this shit? How do I know that you fucking made this fucking fresh blah, 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 blah? Taste is some things, but not everything, especially if you are exhausted from working a 12-hour day, especially like on construction site or something. I don't care what it is. I'm going to fucking eat it because I need the proteins. I need the fucking extra sugars. I need the salts. I need everything. So it could taste like twat. It could taste like shite. It could taste like fucking Shanny's bucket. And I still would be like, okay, whatever.
Oh, we nearly went a whole show without fuck up.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you either. Fucking hell.
But y'all get what I'm saying, right? Like, yes, there's a difference between like Prego sauce comparatively to other like homemade sauce. But if you've been working is going to have hours, or your kids are fucking teenagers, do you think? Wait, hold on, give me one more millisecond. Do you think your teenagers give a flying fuck if it's all fucking naturally fucking bottled and fucking made in your fucking garden or whatever? Fuck no, they don't give a flying fuck, dude. They'd rather actually probably be from Domino's because it's gonna taste better because they're gonna salt and they're gonna sugar it to make it more tasty.
Well,
so doing this, go ahead.
I think, like 20 years ago, I think they were correct. But these days, the ready-made meals that you can get are fucking amazing, some of them. Like, of course, there's still shit out there. But, like, there's some that are just pretty good. And, like, of course, homemade is slightly healthier because it probably has much less salt.
Less
and salt, sugar, and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess especially in America, because America, they like to sell bad shit, and the government doesn't care what you put in your body, except if you're a dude and you want to stick another dude's dick inside of you, then they hate you for it. But like, hey,
then they want to control what you're putting inside of you.
We saw yesterday. Oh, it's all on plants. Doesn't matter how it got there.
Yeah. Okay.
And I always have to mention, hey, over there, pizza is a vegetable.
Yeah, that's what the
ancient Egyptian dinosaurs.
That's what the public school system said. The American public school system said.
No, wasn't it that the companies that sell the pizzas to the public schools,
Yeah, no.
Public schools trying to get more healthier food into the schools, and then the companies say, "Oh, but our shitty food is healthy because it's a vegetable."
Yeah, and that's why we went over.
That's
why
there is people go along with it. Oh, it's a vegetable. Okay,
well, that's
healthy. Like, what the fuck? I think idiocracy is almost there.
Well, that's why Brainless. That's why we went over Tuesday about the pizza being grown on the trees with what's his Aquaman.
I know. It's not the Americans that I hang around with, but like some of those fuckers.
So, anyways, let's crack on. So, the ancient, the pyramids were built by dinosaurs. Let's crack on.
So there's a theory out there that puts forth the idea that dinosaurs were used in the making of the Egyptian pyramids, and that's why they were able to do it without using modern day technology, because they had the assistance of a big, huge dinosaur. Supposedly,
because that's how that works. Look at that fucking photo. Look at that. I mean,
not hold that in. My apologies, but
no, I know. That's why we're going over this, because there's some crazy.
Got to be 1,000 foot high if them pyramids are that size there.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
Oh yeah, even that, like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's totally the Flintstones. Right, yeah, it's totally the Flintstones. All right, let's crack on with this, and then we'll get into more insanity.
The Egyptians had even written accounts of these huge beasts, supposedly, that we now know to be dinosaurs. And
yeah, no, there's none of this. This is all fake.
And that they were a great help in building the pyramids.
But there's no hieroglyphs that look like this.
But this is actually debunked by a few Egyptologists that have come out and said that, no, the Egyptians built it. They had no assistance from dinosaurs. But we all know that this is blatant propaganda from big media.
It's totally blatant propaganda.
Yeah. Most definitely.
That doesn't want to see dinosaurs winning. They just want them extinct. But, we got to give them their credit for building the pyramids. One big question.
We totally have to give them.
Yeah, we want them extinct. Yeah, we want them extinct. That's how that works.
Okay, so here we go.
All of that works.
If you've ever watched SpongeBob, I'm sorry to break your brain, but here is the SpongeBob theory.
The Mr. Krabs and Pearl theory. In the season 9 episode, Jailbreak, it is revealed that Pearl has a father who is in prison. Theories out there claim that he is in there because he killed Pearl's mom, and that Mr. Krabs stumbled upon the crime scene, finding Pearl all alone in front of the dead mother. Mr. Krabs then proceeded to take her in and make her his daughter. Pearl's biological dad would then go on to be caught and put in prison, ultimately explaining the season 9 episode.
Except for, literally, they talk about how that's his real daughter, and they don't explain who he had sex with, but it's supposed to be his biological daughter in the cartoon.
It's known that when a whale dies, its carcass can be used to fuel an ecosystem in the ocean. There's another theory that speculates Mr. Crab used the Pearl's mother's carcass as meat for his restaurant, the Krusty Krab, and therefore making tons and tons of money from all of this free meat. This supposedly being the Krusty Krab's secret ingredient. Some also believe that the reason that Mr. Krabs spoils Pearl so much is because he's trying to keep her away from other people and all for himself.
Oh my Jesus. Yeah, that's totally what's going on.
This is the thing. The dinosaurs built the pyramids, and he's got theories on SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah. I was also kind of thinking that. What the actual motherfuck?
Well, there's a guy who's either just trying to get clicks and likes, or he's the biggest dumbass in the world.
No. That's impossible because that's Slim.
Sure.
Slim's the biggest
dumbass. The Mizium
dumbass.
4chan incident. On the website 4chan, there was someone who claimed to be an alien whose name was Mizium. They had somehow gotten access to the internet and began interacting with people on the website. Mizium claimed that their ship had run out of fuel and that they were located just outside of Earth. Mizium then decided to go to locations that were suggested by the 4chan users. One 4chan user even gave their coordinates and decided to snap a pic of the UFO as it visited the place where...
Yeah, because there's enough connections for us to believe any of this fucking weird random shit.
They sent. Though Mizium would say some goofy things that many people would point out as blatantly being fake and a hoax. Saying things like, I learned many things, we know 6, we solo make life. life sounds strange. Many people also call to attention the pictures and say that they're way too under quality for such an advanced alien race if they were to exist.
Yeah, totally. Okay, let's go to the shipping container scandal.
The Los Angeles shipping container scandal. Malvin Weisberg, a pathologist, had a shipping container in his backyard in a peaceful suburb of Los Angeles. Nobody thought much of it until it was repoed by the company that owned it, due to the doctor failing to pay the last 2 payments. Everything was going normal. They sent a truck out to repossess the container and bring it back to their facility.
But then,
that is until they tried to bring it off the truck. They were unable to do so because it was simply too heavy, and so they peeked inside. What they witnessed scarred them for life. Without being too descriptive, there were piles and piles of human flesh. The smell coming from the container was so rancid that it caused the workers to start to vomit. The guys in charge of opening up the container described what they saw as mutilated.
Oh, okay. They're all different theories. I was like, what the fuck does this have to do with the fucking pyramids?
No, they're all different. They're all different.
Actually believable. So
now this is the. Yeah, no, this is may have been a serial killer.
But how did it get heavy all of a sudden? It's not like it got heavy and they looked inside. It's like they repoed their container and then they opened it up to be able to rent it to someone else or sell it.
Yeah.
But also, if it's kind of stupid if you have bodies in a container and then not paying for the rent for that container, because people will figure out what you did.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's get into the ice cream theory.
The ice cream is not melting. This is a theory that speculates certain brands of ice cream are made in a way for them not to melt and to best preserve their coldness. And this went viral on TikTok and other social medias, where people are going to their freezer, taking out the ice cream and waiting for the ice cream to melt. And in some cases, the ice cream never melts and just stays bleeding out of.
What was happening in that video? It was fucking melting. It's not like every bit of it spontaneously becomes water when it contacts the air.
Yeah, and they are making out of
chocolate factory. Sorry, go on, Slim.
They are making out of a weird material that's not completely just made out of ice cream or the blah 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 to make it. They're putting in extra components to make it so that it won't melt as fast, and what that is doing is it's causing it to not spoil, so hopefully it can last a lot longer. So there is things that they're doing to it, but it's not a conspiracy. They're just putting in weird things. And if you actually look at what's in
those things
it will tell you all the weird things
are not hidden. They're
that's
if you look at the box, it's probably gonna tell you what's in there.
Yeah, no, totally. That's exactly what I was getting at, and the same thing. But let's get into the Lunchables. And I don't know if you have Lunchables over there in the Europes, but here we blow.
Lead inside the Lunchables.
Okay.
If you've never had a Lunchable, it mainly consists of cheese and crackers and some deli meat, as well as a juice and candy. Or there's also the piece of Lunchables that also have a juice, candy, and a chip. And those were the main selling points for those meals, and they were targeted towards children. As of recently, there has been a lot of talk about banning these Lunchables at school menus due to the lead and sodium found in the meals. And this was
I never heard it was because of that. I always heard because it's just there's not enough fucking nutrients in it. It's a lot of sodium and a lot of sugars, and it just not as healthy enough for. You shouldn't be just giving it to kids.
If there's lead in it, it will not be banned at schools. It will be banned in stores.
Yeah, the FDA would have gotten rid of it already.
Suggestion by the Consumer Reports to the USDA. In a test ran by the Consumer Reports, they found that there was lead, cadmium, and all of that in most of the kits. Even in small amounts, these heavy metals could leach into our bodies. And
if lead actually was a thing.
They said, there was lead in it. What did we talk about yesterday about pipes still being lead pipes in a lot of places? Whenever you touch lead, your body gets lead in it, and your body will never, ever, ever, ever get rid of it. Never.
That's why I'm a cyborg, because I have so much lead in my goddamn fucking body. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. I'm gonna go ahead and start the Bible contradictions, and then I will be right back. I'm gonna grab another burr, and then we'll.
Okay, so he does do good things as well. Bible contradictions.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
When did Jesus appear before the women? This contradiction has been pointed out countless times by atheists and other people alike, claiming that this is the reason why they don't believe the Gospels. It's because of this contradiction that has involved Jesus and the women that witnessed his resurrection. In the Gospel of Matthew, it's written that the women go and find an empty tomb on Sunday morning, with angels telling them that Jesus has risen, and to go tell the other disciples. And on the way, the women came across Jesus himself, and that's where they received another message. Now for the opposing gospel that a lot of people say contradicts the other one. In John, the story is a little bit different. The women discover the empty tomb, but no angels are inside of it telling them to go tell the
dun dun dun. Okay, anyway.
Disciples. They simply just go run off and tell the disciples. And after Peter, John, and Mary Magdalene went to go visit the empty tomb, Peter and John then depart, and Mary is left alone. And then she sees angels.
She sees anal? Oh, that's completely different. Never mind. All right.
She does anal.
She gets anal. Bam, chicka, bam, wow. All right, folks. Let's see. Let's go back and let's see. I'm pretty sure we're almost at the end of this. I gotta still do a bunch of laundry and do all these things to get ready for going to the Californians tomorrow. So
yeah, I gotta make sure I got my Slim Cyborg shirt clean for Monday.
Yes.
I'm actually a bit jelly.
Yes. It's gonna be a lot of fun meeting all the peoples and stuffs. I think this is one.
Yeah. Yeah. I realized something, Slim. You'll be crashing at Skits Crasher's place.
I'll be crashing at yes, definitely. Yes. Oh, hi, Pets Dragon. I'm sorry that you just cut in here. Yes, the Californias. So tomorrow I will be flying to California. Then we'll Saturday be meeting at Flat Earth Pizza in Nevada, and then I will be flying back home Sunday morning, and then we'll be on the same schedule that we're normally on for next week. Monday is going to be, I know we already kind of went over this, but we're going to have to go over it again, which is Project 2025 and the idiocracy of how they're trying to take away all of our rights here in the Americas. If
they're not taking away rights, they're giving rights.
No.
To the president. No.
Taking
it away from the rest of the world.
Yes, exactly. And they're taking away from the peoples of the commons, the regular peoples. But anyways, so thank you all very much for being here. We'll see you all later. Bad Dragon, go ahead and we're gonna go over that on Monday. We're gonna go over the gay furry hackers and what they did to hack the company that is doing it, the right whatever they're called. I forgot the Heritage Foundation. There we go. We're going to go over how they've been hacked twice from this organization and what they found out and the reason why they did it and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that Monday for sure. So thank you all very much for being here. We'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good rest of your day, night, morning, whatever. If you watch this in the future, please like, subscribe if you've not already. And once we are done with the stream, go ahead and comment at least a robot or something in the comments.
Or just spam the comments.
Or spam, whatever. Yeah. I really don't want to start the whole spam thing because it's already... But anyways, yes, but totally you do that. And so we'll talk to you all in the near future. We're going to be doing stuff at Flat Earth Pizza in Nevada. This Saturday, hopefully we'll do a live stream.
Stuff.
We'll be doing a live stream. Hopefully we'll be doing some content. We'll be doing shorts and all kinds of other stuff. So thank you all very much, and kisses as well. So we'll see you all. So everybody say bye, because we're the fuck out of here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.